What's going on,
And
guys? Eric Black here. What's up?
no, and action.
Action.
You.
Yeah. You know what? We'll just go with that. That's perfect.
That's it right there. What's going on, guys? This is ROCKCAST. We're hanging out today, tonight, this week, this month, whenever it is for you that you're listening to the show. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate that. If you are just listening to the show, you're missing out on half the show. Go to our YouTube channel. YouTube.com is where you usually find YouTube videos.
Yes.
And then just look up ROCKCAST Show. It's very simple.
Cool.
Same, Parker, am I wrong? Same for all of our podcast stuff. You can just, we have links in our bio
handle,
and all that stuff, but yeah, you can just ROCKCAST Show, all that good stuff. For some reason, they put me in charge of all that. I don't know why.
I don't know why they did this. Okay, so yeah, at ROCKCAST shows the handle all the way across.
Yeah.
Don't listen to him. It's fine.
All the way across. All the way. All the way. Okay. Anyway, we got a great show for you again this time. I can't say tonight. I can't say today because I don't know when people are listening. So I don't want to offend anyone.
Whenever the hell they're going to listen and watch it, we're good.
Yeah. This now. Welcome to the show now. This is when it's listening. This is what's happening. This is when you're here with us. We appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. What were we talking about? Great show. Great show tonight. There's a band that they've been doing some things for quite some time. They're, I would say, veterans in the game, and they've been around the block a couple times. They know what's going on. Yeah. They've sold some records. They've sold some singles. They have toured extensively. I try to throw big words so that it makes me sound better.
I like your style.
It's just how I roll, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, the guests on the show this week, and this part always gets me because we promote the show already before people see it, so they already know who's on the show. So like me saying it right now, they're like, yeah, we
already know.
We know. We saw your post 2 days
But
ago.
It is a big deal, so that's cool.
We know. Yeah. But I just feel dumb. I feel really dumb.
It's fine.
They all know. They all know. Anyway, Josh Todd and Stevie D from Buckcherry. What's going on, guys?
Oh, you're not dumb.
What's happening?
Don't listen to them.
all the comments
You
that I'm reading.
Smart.
Smart as a whip. You know, my mom just texted me that today, and she's like, "You're a good boy," and I'm like, "Thanks, Mom.
See?
I appreciate that."
You're not dumb. Your mom says you're not.
That's right, and it's true.
That's true.
What's going on, guys?
That's coming from some legends, man. Come on.
That's right. Yeah, man. That's right. No, we are good. We are just hanging out here in Nashville. Enjoying the time, and what are you guys doing?
We are in New Hampshire. At the beautiful. I don't even know the city, but the weather was nice today. It's a beautiful 75 degrees.
Yeah, nice, like overcast day, and it's our day off, so we just had a nice chill day. And I went fishing. I like to fish on my days off. And,
oh yeah, I did see that.
Stevie just hung out.
I'm gonna get a lobster roll after this, right at the corner.
Yeah.
And so yeah, our drummer's super into finding the best lobster in the country, and it's always right around here. So
and you're in New England, so you're good.
Yeah, he's got 2 orders of it. It's like $100 worth on the bus right now. So I'm going after it as soon as we're done here.
Yeah.
Wow. That's wow. Okay.
We'll be up in a few hours. We'll partake with you. How about that?
Yeah, we'll get our jet fueled and we'll head up there. Up there, over there.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, fuel up. Come on
Nashville's
out.
good though, man. The weather is like
it's not bad.
Danny, it's fall. You know, it's like the summer really doesn't end, but it does.
Yeah. Well, it's super hot. It's just ridiculously hot. And then
it's a little humid there too, right?
It is. Yes. Yeah. Moist, if I can say that.
Moist.
As well. Yeah. We gotta get that word in there. It gets us clicks.
Yeah. Yeah. Moist. That hashtag moist.
That's right. It's a good
on YouTube.
Word. We enjoy it. Doesn't really do much for us, but we enjoy saying it.
No, it doesn't.
Right.
Whatever.
Right.
Anyway, well, guys, we do appreciate you taking the time out on your day off to just come and hang with us and give us a conversation. That's pretty cool. You guys, now here's the thing. I don't know if you're aware of this, but there has been a pandemic in the entire world that shut things down. You guys, you're familiar. Okay. A lot of people weren't doing anything, especially in our industry. What were you guys able to do?
Well, in 2020, we found out in around March And Josh is the kind of guy that he needs to keep busy.
Yeah.
Or it's not good for him and the people around him, which is this guy.
Yep.
And so he came over and he's like, I don't know what we got to do. Oh, I was actually on the phone, but we started writing. The writing process began. We didn't know what for specifically, like if it was the next Buckcherry album. We have another project, Todd The Conflict, but we just started writing. And it was like turning on a faucet. We wrote 20 plus tunes. And by, I think around August, or no, maybe July, our manager came to us and said, let's do a Buckcherry album. And who would you like to produce? Ooh. And at the top of the list, it was a short list. And at the top of the list was a guy named Marty Fredrickson. And the dialogue started about pulling apart some of these songs and then putting them back together with his help. And then also writing some more songs. And it was a great process. I learned a lot. And,
we worked with Marty in the past. He co-wrote Sorry and some other songs.
Yeah.
And he co-produced a lot of our records. And we just have a good time writing with him. He becomes like a band member, it's not like,
that's
it
good.
Doesn't feel like, he just gets us and we all have a lot of mutual respect, and it's a lot of fun too, as well, which is really important for us. And we were in 2020 and our shows just kept falling by the wayside. We had a whole tour booked on the Warpaint record. And so collectively we got together and we were just like, when the dust settles, we're going to need to have a new record. And so that's really where we focused our effort, like Stevie was saying, for 2020. And I'm so grateful that we had that, because, there was just so many negative things going on in the United States, as you guys know.
Yeah.
And to just have our record to really focus on, because it takes a tremendous amount of work to get a Buckcherry record together. So we were really happy about it, but then we had it done in the can since October of 2020. We had to sit and wait on it. We just knew the record's called Hellbound, and it's a really great, it was a really great record. And so it was hard to sit on it, but cut to now, we've been on the road since June 1st, and the Hellbound tour has been amazing. And we got our first number one record in the United Kingdom for the first time. And
because they know real rock. That's the thing.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. There's a lot of first times on this record, which is cool. After being in the game for 23 years, and this is our 9th record, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. So with the amount of time that you had off, that you had just hanging out trying to figure out what was going to happen next, you were writing, but is this a different kind of writing? Maybe it was more relaxed or more concentrated even than a normal writing session, because you had not indefinite time, but you had a lot of time to kind of figure it out.
No, not really. I mean, it was just guerrilla songwriting. Stevie and I had already done a full-length record before together with Josh Todd The Conflict, Year of the Tiger record, which is a great record. We also did the Warpaint Buckcherry record together. So at this point in time, our songwriting language was really dialed in, and that's what I like to call it. And we just treat it as a full-time job, So it's like basically you get one day off a week for your family, and other than that, we're going to be dissecting songs and creating songs and talking about songs. And
I do love seeing pictures of you and the family, man. I do. I think that's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah,
like
and
baseball games, and
Stevie
stuff,
as well.
Yeah.
It was 2020 served as like this big reset button for our musical life and our personal lives as well. A lot has happened in the last 10 years for us, and we were gone a lot of it. And for 2020, in 2019, especially, and me personally, it was hard being away for we were gone all the time. And I have at that time, I had a 5-year-old, and I just remember saying, man, I just wish I was home with my boy, you know?
Yeah.
And then 2020 hits, and be careful what you wish for, because we were
fault.
connected. Yeah.
It's Stevie's fault.
Sorry, guys. Yeah. But I just wanted to be home with family. So sorry, guys.
Yeah. I mean, that's an important age too, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we were connected at the hip for 2020. You know, he was in the studio with us writing. So the songwriting was just kind of it's a natural process for us. But by the time we got to Marty and we knew that we were going to have an album coming out, that's when we kind of went into guerrilla mode, and we were doing Zoom calls just like this.
Yeah.
But there was something lacking. I mean, we could get ideas across, but there's a little bit of a lag when you're playing. Like I'd be playing guitar with Marty, and it'd be just kind of missing the mark. So there's something that was missing in the feel. So we ended up flying there, and I think September.
Yeah, we went to Nashville and did a week with
right by you guys.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that was really, really productive.
Yeah, we were down there.
A lot of great songs out of it.
Yeah, Music Row.
Yeah.
And
we hammered out with.
It was the old Quad Studios. It's now called Sienna Studios.
Yeah.
And
Roundhill Music is there, and it's our record label.
Yeah, and that's our home.
Yeah. Nice.
So I thought, you know, it'd be great if we could get 1 song or 2 songs in that week, and we ended up with 6. So because there's a lot of, you know, like Josh said, our songwriting language has really grown, and grown with Marty as well. He knows us really well, and there was no time even wasted on, you know, kind of getting to know each other like you do with some songwriters.
Yep.
We just jumped in the room. It's like, okay, what kind of riffs you got, bro? And then
and it was like this assembly line songwriting. So we got to Nashville. I got a head start on 1 composition. So I had some music prior to getting to Nashville. So I'd already written lyrics and melodies for this. And it was like, we got to Nashville, we went and got coronavirus tested, and we started the following morning. We were a half a mile from the studio. So, or not even a half, less than that. We could walk to the studio from the hotel. And literally I went in the first day and sang for 2 hours on that first track, recorded all the vocals. And then I leave and Stevie goes in with Marty, and they get the music together for the next composition.
Wow.
They send me that music by like 6 p.m. I write lyrics and melodies all through the night till I'm done. Then the next morning I come in at 11 a.m. and I record for 2 hours, same thing, and so on and so forth. So in 5 days, 6 songs, and five of those made the record.
Yeah, I mean, wow. and you guys, you know, like songwriting for us has been not an arduous process, but it was, you know, like our output was never that high. You know, like if we do a song or 2 songs in a week, that's pretty good.
I want our output to be that high. I said to Marty, I go, listen, he says, the next time we do a record, I want to do it in 2 weeks. And he goes, what? And I go, yeah, I don't want to have any breaks, and I want to work for 2 weeks straight. Yeah.
And just so you know, he's crazy.
Yeah.
No, because I think we could, I think it would be amazing and something like something we've never done before.
Yeah.
And it would be fun. It would be like every waking moment is spent getting something done, you know. And then he goes, no, we gotta have a day off. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Not acceptable.
I mean, he's I love Marty. I think if you have to think too long on a certain song parts, or you know, segues into different parts, then you know something gets lost. You know, if you know, I guess from what I understand, some of the best Beatles songs were written in 5-10 minutes.
But there's something to say about locking yourself away with a group of men. And then you're just like,
yes,
we're not getting out of here until we have the most amazing record we can make.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it becomes, then it's just all about like, fuck, we got to find these songs or we're not getting out of here.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, Josh Todd The Conflict though, man. When that came out, I was like, yeah, like that, dude.
Nice.
It would when it was a great record, like all of it, dude. Like Rain, like Erotic City, all of it, dude. It was the Year of the Tiger, dude. Was like
dude.
It was my year, dude. Yeah, it was.
You were the guy that bought the album.
Yes, yes, I did. Look,
Year of the Tiger. The song "Year of the Tiger" is one of my all-time favorite songs.
It was, and the video was good too. Like just the energy behind it was total. You guys, like it was total. It just made sense to me. So we worked at the Buzz in Nashville, the radio station, for years. So,
okay.
When I know you guys, there was a time where the Rock Allegiance tour came through, and it was in Nashville, and I believe it's at the Woods at Fontenelle. I don't know if you remember that venue, but
I absolutely do.
Yeah, it was like Papa Roach, you guys, Puddle of Mud, Crossfade, POD. It was a really good lineup.
I remember that.
And I remember that night because I was like, dude, and it, from album 15 to Confessions, it's like the time we were on radio. So it was like perfect, And I just remember being at the Fontenelle that night. It was a good show. Y'all were great as always. And I remember that somebody took a Camaro that was just sitting by the bus and just started doing donuts. Somebody left the keys in it, and he was like, hop in. I was like, okay. And we hopped in, and it was just like donuts in the field.
That's so cool.
Was it with one of us?
Yeah, not one of you.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't remember.
You guys are too smart for that.
Y'all were the smart ones. But it was a good time. I do remember that. It was good. But I remember Papa
It was a good time.
Roach.
It was a blurry time, but it was a good time.
Absolutely.
Same. But I do remember Jacoby will kill me for this, but I do remember he got in an argument with his wife.
Yeah.
And he starting off in the woods, but it was like, he's cool.
Yeah.
I love Jacoby, man. We would love to get Jacoby on here, but it's tough to get through that PR, man. So
yeah, I'll call him. I'll call him. Dude.
Hello.
Get on with my homies.
Well, I got a friend that this girl that I was seeing, she had a friend that like lived next door to Jacoby and their kids. So it was like, okay, this will be easy, So
yeah.
There you go.
But
So
I'll
go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll send him a text. We'll see. We'll see if we can make it happen.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
So because of the amount of time that we had off, and we was all of us, we all had this wonderful time off. That first show we did, that first show back. This has been. I mean, once you booked that show, I feel like the excitement was pretty awesome, but two, the anxiousness to get, you have it booked. Now you want to go out. You don't want anything to go wrong, but you got to the venue, you're out there, you're on stage. The emotions going through you at this point, what was that like?
We had already done a bunch of shows. We did a bunch of shows during the pandemic in 2020.
Yeah.
We did a bunch of shows at the beginning of the year in 2021 in Florida, and then another place. Where was that place outside of
Iowa?
Yeah. So
that's a good memory.
I don't know if it was a bunch as much as it we did it
like a big build up for us because we'd already done some shows, and but I can just tell you that we were super grateful to be out promoting a record, and to get this record on the street because it's so good, and the Hellbound record, and
it is good, man.
And thank you, and to have like a bunch of dates to look forward to, and it's a trip because I just read this article that this now is the biggest pandemic in the history of the world. It is past the 1918
Spanish flu
pandemic. Yeah, Spanish flu. So it's pretty crazy that we're doing what we're doing right now in the middle of something that's like so historical, and
at one point it seemed like bands were dropping out of tour daily.
Yeah.
And that like 9 Inch, Seven Dust, all the way to Tesla to, like
we had to cancel 9 shows.
We canceled the leg because a couple people in our camp got it. That variant was no joke,
really?
So, but the numbers are leveling out, and you could see it in the crowd response too. We would sell a bunch of tickets for a show, and then as the variant got bigger, as the numbers went up, people they'd have tickets that they would bought a month before, and they just wouldn't show up because no one wanted to get exposed. Little Rock, Arkansas the numbers were through the roof, and then we pulled into town, and it literally looked like a ghost town because no one wanted to be out.
Wow.
So,
but prior to that, we've had a lot of sold out shows, and it's been really great.
Yeah. As soon as we started playing, the number of sold out shows we had never experienced since Crazy Bitch was a hit. Like it was sold. Like, what? It's sold out again? 2 in a row? Wait, are you kidding me? 3 in a row? It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, people were wanting to get back out.
Yeah. I mean, you could see even in the shows that we were playing before they kind of opened the floodgates.
Yeah.
People were just so passionate and like literally almost in tears that they were out at a rock show. Even though that they were. I remember we did one in the arena, and it was socially distanced, and there were little pods around the arena,
like the cages that still bigger ears.
And I just remember people just dancing like it was Woodstock, like I'm at a show.
You know what? Though? It is interesting though, because actually, when me and Eric, our first show back was Blackstone Cherry, and there's a new venue outside of outside of Nashville. It's in Murfreesboro, and we went to that. It was our first show. We forgot how to socialize, by the way. So we went out to this, and they had all those things, and I kind of preferred it. If we could just keep it that way, but without the COVID, we're good. I like it.
I
don't. For the record, I don't like.
Well, I just like my space. The older I get, the more I'm in the back. So
I get it. I don't know how some of these kids, like these kids today, but they will wait all day in the hot freaking sun at that rail and not move.
Nope, they're gonna get that front spot, man.
Yep.
And there'll be thousands out there just I don't know how they do it, but I'm glad they do.
Yeah.
I just don't know how they do it.
Yeah. It's an awesome site of commitment, I guess. It's I
mean, where do you go to the bathroom?
We just do it right here.
I usually just put on a diaper. That's what I'm doing now.
Yeah, so it's fine. I mean, you guys are probably you're on a couch, right? That's a good spot.
Wear a diaper like Howard Stern.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm for that. So we told you it was going to get weird. So you guys have seen some changes in the music industry. You guys have been doing this for a minute. I kind of want to just go over some of the things that, now we have more of a digital world than we did, even 10 years ago. We have a lot of, instead of selling physical albums, now you're selling all these invisible things, stuff like that. But
not even selling. It's the streaming.
Yeah.
Practically giving it away.
Leasing, if you will. Yeah, leasing. But what are some of the other changes? Maybe aside from those things, maybe there's a few that you like, maybe there's a few that you don't. But what are some of the things that have stuck out in your careers that you have said, okay, that's interesting?
I mean, so many things.
You have to be, you have to be in acceptance of so much now, like when 15 came out, and I joined the band at 15, and we were told, we were one of the last rock bands to go platinum, and since we've sold, I don't know how, but since then we've sold another million on top of that million that we sold back then. But for the most part, you have to be okay with the music kind of being the loss leader for
I mean, it took 16 years to sell a million. So that's a long time.
Yeah, but it sold. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know. I mean,
Crazy Bitch sold another 2 million, and Sorry sold 2 million.
I mean,
it's crazy,
and it sells because there's
so
no
much
rock.
Has changed on rock radio. It's just it's like non-existent.
Speak to the choir. Hey, look, that's one of the reasons we're not in Nashville at the radio station.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of the main reasons.
Physical records just went away, like every record store, you know. And
man, I
don't even know where you can get a physical record anymore. And
Josh, man, I couldn't tell you how many times I would go that somebody would come in at the time that you had Black Butterfly, I believe was the album, and they would come in and so that was like the last album period. So after that, it was literally digital codes where you had to okay, you know how it was so nice for a winner to come into a radio station and pick up like a physical CD. Now, they give out codes on a printed sheet of paper. It's so impersonable. So it's, it's just not the same.
It's not.
Not
at all. Not at all.
So and then all that happened. And then since 2000 on, as far as the rock genre goes, it's just been just kind of nothing. It's been in this, there hasn't been, rock stars or guitar superstars or nothing. It's just, it's really strange. And
there's no icon.
The cool thing is that we've always had a platform, and we created, when Buckcherry came out, we weren't a part of mainstream rock. It was all rap rock and like what I call shoegazer rock at the time. And then, and then it morphed into this active rock kind of format. And we've never fit into any of those formats. So it's we've been out on our little island all the time, making records, touring the world, building our fan base, and having this, everything was based on our live show and our records. And thank God for that now, because
that's what it all is now.
Because we have this business that we can always.
But your live shows are good. Your live shows are good.
Thank you.
Y'all are. I know I've seen Stevie out there with you, and it's one of those things the live energy is important. So you guys, I rank up there with Jacoby and people like that, because y'all have that energy that's it makes people want to man, you remember that, you want to go back to that show.
Absolutely.
It's the real deal. You know what I mean? So
thank you. Yeah. I like to think that BC is unique too. It's nobody sounds like us, and we can fit into all these different little package tours. And, and
honestly, if I could put you in a group in my head, I would put you in with the Motley Crues of the day, and then more of a modern rock band. But it's like you said, it's your own sound. So it's it's totally, it's raw. It's rock and freaking roll, man. There's nothing on radio that is just, there's nothing on radio right now like that. It's all this alternative hip hop.
It kind of works against you. Today in today's environment or landscape, because I don't know why, and maybe you can shed some light on it. It's been the landscape is all active rock now. It seems like there's a lot of the same. If you go from state to state to state to state, it's the same 10 to 15 bands that you can kind of I'm not going to name names, but they all sound very similar. And I guess for someone that's into that, they won't change the channel. They'll just stay kind of listening to that sound you could do it for a couple hours, you know what I mean? And just not know who the band is.
It's feel music,
it's totally feel. I was saying this to somebody, I go, somebody had an active rock station on. It was just and it was just rolling at kind of a low volume, and people were doing their thing. And I go, this is the first time in history where rock music has become this background type music where, and I listen to it, and it's so much of it is tuned so low that guitar tones and bass tones all blend together.
It's a scoop kind of.
Everything is this what do you want to call it?
They're blurring the line.
Droning.
It's just all the vocal, the guitar and the bass. It's all sounds muddy, right? So it's it's just kind of this droning thing, and nothing ever kind of pops out, or it's weird. And
it's they blur the line between alternative and top 40 right here.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
Like top 40, because then there would be some melody,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
Well, but I think that's the thing is I don't think the industry in that mindset has caught up with what people are actually wanting to hear. I think they've had it much like they do all the time. They have this template. They throw a whole bunch of stuff in there until they lose their last dime, and then they switch over. And honestly, that's why we are not in radio anymore. At that
right. So I think terrestrial radio has suffered because of this, and they little by little they're falling by the wayside, because and then there's going to be what's left. Like they're just the streaming services, and then Octane. You know what I mean?
Even our manager was like, you can sink all this money into a radio campaign. If you get a top 5 rock song on whatever rock radio there is, it means nothing in record sales.
That's why
zero in record sales, 0 in ticket sales. So why do it? If you're going to spend 30 grand a month pushing a single, that's why we didn't go to radio with our first single. And it's all about streaming. It's all about streaming, and it's done really well for us.
It's the best promotion we've had.
Yeah, like we've had more plateaus going straight to the consumer. Like here we go into the business model, but we're going straight to the consumer.
Going straight to the consumer, man.
So if we're going straight to the consumer, man, you're cutting out, terrestrial radio.
Yes, that's the promo right there.
But seriously, we hit new plateaus. Like we've, number ones in Europe, number ones in the UK. We're still like Francis is getting calls from the Scorpions. I hear your song on the radio all the time. And we broke top 10 coming out. We
sold 6 times more records than Warpaint in Germany right now. And,
wow.
And Hellbound's been out for 3 months.
Yeah.
6 times.
That's really good. Yeah.
Like Warpaint's been out 2 years, and we've already. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I just got the numbers on that. I was like, wow.
I got the text.
Come to Germany. Let's rock.
Yeah.
So you never.
Overseas, we have more people that tune into us overseas than we do here, right?
Because they love the rock.
Yeah.
And they dive deeper into the genre than just what's on active rock radio.
And that's kind of what, again, that's why we're not there, but it's deeper than that, because there were times when we would get calls on air while we were during our shift. Obviously, we would get calls, 10, 15 calls for this one band.
Oh yeah.
But it wasn't on our list to play. Well, that didn't really work for us. So we would take out a song, usually a 20-year-old song, and replace it with whatever that song was. If we didn't have it, we would get it very quickly, and we would insert it in and play it. And that, I mean, obviously
and
that
the program director would be up your ass.
Pissed him off. Yeah,
you guys are renegades.
But
you guys are rebels.
Can I tell you? Yeah, we are. So can I tell you a secret though? Here's how you get past the program director is you go on YouTube before they really had ads, and then you go in there and you pick like, okay, we got to fill a song. We got to fill 3 minutes. Okay. I'm going to pick one that's not on the radio that should be. So I'll pick Buckcherry, It's a Party, or Carousel, and we'll pop that in, and they'll never know it played. You know? So it's like, let's put the stuff on that people want to hear.
Look at you, man.
Yeah, man.
But again, it was all because when we grew up, when the whole reason why I wanted to become a DJ, which actually I never thought about it until I was, but the whole point of being a DJ was so that, you could pick a playlist and whatever you wanted to play, you played. And nowadays, that's not it. You're a talking head, and the program director does all of that for you. You just say, here's this band now. It doesn't appeal to me at all. Like, I want to go through and I want to pick this list because there's something in that. There's something in picking a playlist that it's not just picking a playlist. It's not going on Billboard and saying, okay, here are the top 10, here are the top 5, here are the top 3 of this week, this month, this year. It's it's a soul. It's a part of you. I mean, I think, I don't know, maybe I'm going too deep here, but
no, you're right.
For me, that's what it was. If I wanted to pick a playlist.
Yeah, as long as they're good songs, that's the thing. You don't want to just pick stuff to throw in there that's not on a playlist that just is like, filler either,
No, not at all. Not at all. And I feel like we did a pretty good job at that. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's key. Yeah. So I don't know. We're kind of disappointed with that whole aspect of radio, and we're probably there.
Well,
for too long.
and that's why it's going away. Oh,
yeah, that is right. That is why. So. Right. Whatever, man. It is what it is.
Just keep pushing those live shows, man.
We're going to less states, or like I remember when we were touring, let's say 05, 06, 07, there was rock stations galore. You know what I mean? Yeah. But they rapidly went away, and now we're touring to a fraction of that. It's just like recording studios too, and record labels. There's so much less of all of that.
Yeah.
That now we're remember in LA. There's no rock station.
No.
Nope.
There's we just
was it
we're always going.
K-Rock, is that what it was?
Well, no, but that's more of an alternative station.
Okay.
There's no rock.
There's no real rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Octane does do a good job for satellite. I will admit, Octane does really good. And I know Jose and all them, dude. They do a good job.
Yeah.
I love Jose.
Yeah.
Jose.
Hey, if you want to have that conversation as far as what we were just talking about, talk to Rick de Jesus or de Jesus, however you say his last name. Adelina's way. Go talk to him about that. He'll tell you.
Oh yeah. We see him fairly often. We do shows with him a lot.
Yeah.
So there's a couple things here. Let's see. Something I got from your website. Now here's the thing. I don't like to read. I'm very good at it. I do voiceovers. I have to read scripts all the time. I just don't like to read. But I'm going to read this little thing because I think it's necessary.
All right, shoot.
Let's see. Buckcherry's third studio album, 15, was certified double platinum by the RIAA for overall sales of 2 million units, which we'd already kind of talked about that. At the same time, the track Crazy Bitch was certified quadruple platinum for overall sales. That right there. There's more to this, but I got to stop right there because I want to come back to this. We talked about this earlier. I can't. I was just reading quadruple. I can't even fathom that. I mean, that is a lot. I know the number, but that's a lot.
Sales. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Crazy.
Is what I'm saying.
And in a world of streaming, it's like, how do you I mean, it's, somebody asks, like, what's your idea of success? Like, if you don't, we had no idea this was going on, but if you keep working at what you're doing and, like, it just comes, you stay together and you keep doing what you do best,
Yeah, I agree. I think, so okay, so I got a backup here. There's a question I had about radio I forgot to ask. If you guys aren't, now I know we're pushing to, so radio's out, but we're pushing towards streaming services when you're pushing out new music. But what else are you guys doing? Are there blogs? Does that matter in this
just
scenario?
Like content, doing a lot of interviews and our goal on this record was to make a video for every song. And so far we have 3 videos out, So Hot, Hellbound, Wasting No More Time. We're going to do another video for 54321 here coming up when we go to the UK. That's going to be fun. And we're just going to continue to, because that's how great the record is. It's 10 songs and we can do a video for each song. Every song is good. Yeah. And so we're going to continue that theme into 2022. And, we tour like traditionally like two years on a record. So that's kind of like what we'll do.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's really good. Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. So how does this set you back? I mean, you guys said you were on tour, you were still doing shows, but you weren't probably doing the amount of shows that you had hoped for. So is it like a double up situation, or do you have to just
No. Like Stevie said, we got we had to put the brakes on and be home, and it was super foreign to us when you've lived on the road for 23 years, and so it brings up a lot of stuff, and we had to face a lot of situations in our personal life where it was like, oh, you're like home every day now, and we need to talk about all the things we don't like about each other.
And have
like
to be
that was a lot of fun. And And but there was also a lot of great things. It wasn't all about that, and all that makes for good songwriting as well.
Yeah.
And
but damn, have we gotten a song about fishing yet? Please.
No.
And come to Nashville for that one. That's a must.
Yeah.
Man, I
beer drinking, fishing.
Come on, Josh. We need a fishing. We need a fish. Hey, look, Aaron Lewis can do it. You can do it. You got this.
Yeah.
I don't know if I do that, but
thank you for not doing it.
I just love it because we're cooped up with 11 men in a bus all the time. On our days off, I check out and I'm out there on the lake for 3 hours.
That's good though. That's healthy, man.
Super good for my mental health.
Yeah, absolutely.
Him and another Okie.
Yeah, I go with this. Our bus driver now, he's a country boy. We go together sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Cool. I mean, they're both from Oklahoma. Their families, so they're out there trudging the road.
Yeah.
With their fishing poles.
Yeah.
And all their gear in 80-degree weather.
You get off in Nashville. Let me know.
We go to a lot of places where you could probably find some discarded bodies somewhere, and I'm like, Brandon, it's only a matter of time where we find some body in one of these woods, man. It's coming. It's pretty sketchy.
Wow.
But there's a thread, there's a text thread with the band, and every day off, or even on show days, that it's not uncommon to see Josh holding up.
It's
the whole small mouth and large mouth.
Catch and release. I really love the bass fishing, and it's a big competition.
I didn't see one today though.
No,
you got one.
We got skunked. We caught a bunch of little fish, but not enough for posting.
What's the biggest fish?
The big, I caught a channel catfish like at the end of one night on a popper, which is a top water lure. I couldn't believe it. It had to have been like 8 pounds.
Wow.
Big giant black catfish.
It looks like a huge rat. It had arms. I was like, what is that?
Like around 5-6 pounds.
Man, yeah.
Wow.
Which is big, big largemouth.
Come on down here to Tennessee there, Bo. We'll catch you some fish. Yeah.
I want to catch a big one.
We'll go noodling.
Yeah, we'll do it.
We'll go noodling.
Let's go.
It'll be great.
Yeah.
Do you guys have time for a quick game of Would You Rather?
How long?
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Three questions.
All right.
First question. Would you rather be able to take back anything you say or hear every conversation around you?
Take back. Easy.
Take back?
I don't want to hear. I don't. It's none of my business what Joe Blow is talking about. You know what I mean?
No, I'd like to hear every conversation around, because then I could. Then you could make moves. You could predict what people are gonna. You could hustle people. You could do all kinds of stuff.
Nefarious. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. All right, fair enough. Next one. Would you rather be without elbows or without knees?
That is a weird.
I guess eating would be difficult, so
a little.
I'd be without knees.
Okay.
You could just do the knees, like the guitar on your legs. You
I mean, I could still.
I'll be elbows.
No elbows. Okay.
We'll just duct tape them right to
So we've been opposite on every question.
I like it. I like it. All right. Last one. Would you rather eat a bandmate's toenail clippings once a week for a year, or have everything smell like trash bag gas on the bus constantly? Parker, can you just explain trash bag gas really quickly?
Okay. Just real quick. So you understand the comparison. Trash bag gas, in a real short description, is somebody that has been holding back a really long, big poop as long as you could even possibly think. And so when they fart, you're just smelling the buildup.
It's horrible.
Oh, man.
So you pick one of the two.
Well, all right. All right.
Say trash bag gas.
The trash bag gas.
You could see all methane, but eating a dude's toenails all.
Yeah. The guys on our bus. Ooh. You don't. Oh man.
Yeah.
There's a handful that are like the hygienes, but then there's a handful that are just no. Yeah, so right.
Trash bag gas.
I'll go with the trash bag gas.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Choice.
Fair enough. All right. Well, we'll take it. Those are now in the archive. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Man, guys, we really appreciate you coming on the show, hanging out with us, and having a conversation.
Thanks for having us. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Go check these guys out. I don't know if you don't know who these guys are. First of all, there's a rock somewhere over you. Remove that rock. Come on out for a minute. Just, figure out what's going on with your life.
Discover the real rock.
Discover Buckcherry.com. Hellbound is out right now as well.
Hellbound.
You guys have to go listen to that. I don't care how you listen to it, but you have to go listen to it because it is exceptional, exquisite.
Grow some balls and get off your stupid alternative and go listen to some real crap, right? It's just
let's go.
You're going to feel good.
Yeah, it will.
You will.
You're going to feel good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And come out to the rock show and make sure you get out to the shows and go check out our videos for So Hot, Hellbound, Waste No More Time right now.
Yeah. Y'all don't have a Nashville show on the date yet, though, right?
We haven't played there, I think.
Yeah, we were there or we were close. We hadn't. I don't think we played Nashville proper.
Okay.
Well,
we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll change. Rock and roll. All right, guys, if you want to know more about ROCKCAST, obviously you can go to rockcastshow.com and figure all that stuff out. Again, listen to us where podcasts are heard or watch the show via YouTube as well. Either way, just make sure you listen to the show. Josh, Todd, Stevie D from Buckcherry, thank you guys so much for hanging with us. We do appreciate it, and on your day off as no less. So thank you
for having us. It's great hanging out with you guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
All right, guys. Good luck. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Right, bye.
Bye.
Hey, what's up, guys? Eric and Parker here from ROCKCAST. We have conversations with rock stars. You can check out rockcastshow.com for more info about us. You've been hearing us talk a little bit about MyPillow and the great products that they have. I know you're probably saying, Eric, what could conversations with rock stars and sleeping have in common? Well, we'll tell you.
There's nothing better than hitting a mattress with not just one layer, not two. We're talking 3 amazing layers of comfort. That's right. That's MyPillow. Now, let me tell you about it. The first layer is the MyPillow patented foam. Now, layer 2 has the transitional foam. And of course, finally, we come to layer 3, which could be the most important layer of all, and that is because the body temperature is regulated throughout the entire night from their phase change material.
Again, use promo code ROCKCAST or 800-646-5719. That's 800-646-5719 for up to 66% off. Isn't it time that you had a good night's sleep?